as well as on the 25th of this month, isn't it? I hope you people are very well aware of this information. Are you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Great. So in the previous class, we learned React, right? And we have discussed what are we going to do inside the React, as well as we have also studied the class component as well as functional component, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So today we are going to learn to integrate our backend with our front end, for which I will have a separate folder for my backend, as well as I will have a separate React plus White folder for my front end. And today we will see those things that I want you people to apply in your website. Exactly the same way that I am providing an example for in today's class, I want you people to provide me with that implementation in your project when I will review your project on 20th as well as 25th. On 20th, I'll be a bit lenient when I will be evaluating you people, but on 25th, I want you people to make a completely responsive website. And in the previous class only, I have mentioned all those things that you people are required to provide inside your website. So moving on to the code, I want you people to install these packages inside your backend. Let me provide it to you people in the chat box. Can anyone tell me what is the command to create a React plus White app, as I have taught you people in the previous class?
npm create white @labels.
Okay, followed by
Template React.
-y react template.
okay, so
Project
npm
name.
great project name will also be there. So you people are asked to create a backend file as well as a front end file, and in the backend, you people have to install these dependencies, and inside the front end, you have to install these dependencies. This one is for the backend and this one is for the front end. Because in the front end, we will use the Axios dependency in order to integrate our backend with the front end. Secondly, we are also applying Bootstrap in our project in order to make our website visually appealing. And then we also have to install the React Bootstrap in order to use the React Bootstrap to extract some of the components of React Bootstrap, such as forms, buttons, etc., from the React Bootstrap, which is why we need these dependencies. Then we need the React DOM as well as React Router DOM in order to navigate from one page to another page. Moving on to the code, let me develop a small backend inside the server.js where I will write the schema of the MongoDB, and then I will provide how to connect the MongoDB. Then I will provide two logics, that is login as well as registration inside the server.js. So for that, tell me what things do I need to import inside the server.js quickly.
Mongoose,
Express, mongoose,
course,
Okay.
course, exos.
.env.
Wire express. See, Johnson, over here, we do not need to use the .env, but you people are used to expected to use the .env inside your website. Since I am providing a small example to you people for how to integrate your backend with the front end, I'm not using the .env package over here. Understood?
Okay, understood. Yeah. Thank you.
And then I'll also import course. What is the full form of course? Just a second, let me call the name, then I will ask you. Amit Kumar Mohanty, are you there inside the meeting? All right. Daksh Savani, are you there inside the meeting? Johnson, you tell me what is the full form of course?
Cross origin
Cross origin resource sharing.
resources. Yeah.
Great. And why do we use that?
To connect our
For the purpose of integration.
Great.
ma'am, what is body parts are used? Am I audible? Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I was just explaining. I didn't know that my mic got switched off. Okay, see. So body parser is a middleware that we use in order to parse the incoming request body before the handlers receive it. Say for example, if we want to provide some kind of input to our server which is not of the type text. Say for example, in different kind of website we upload some PDFs, some images, etc. things, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
So those things are not in the JSON format, that is our PDF as well as images.
Yes, ma'am.
So over there, what we have to do, we have to use the body parser, which parses our type of input in different form.
Okay, ma'am.
So that is how we use the body parser. See, one more thing is there, that if a client sends data, such say for example, we will also provide a form inside our website using what? Using the Axios that I have told you people to install as the dependency in your backend. Then what happens? The server will not be able to access it using the request.body until and unless we use the body parser. So this is the second most important point due to as the significance of body parser. Now are you able to understand why do we require this?
Yes, ma'am.
After importing the body parser, what we have to do? We have to assign the express to the app variable. And instead of writing express.json, what we will write? We will write body parser.json. And then we will write the code in order to connect the MongoDB to the Node.js. Tell me, what function do we use in order to connect the Mongoose database to the Node.js?
Mongoose.connect.
All right. And the first parameter inside this connect function will be
Mongoose URI.
Mongo URI. Yeah.
great. And the two keywords which are optional are use
Use new URL parser.
parser, which will be true.
Use new unified topology.
Dot then log connected to MongoDB dot catch So this is how we have connected our Mongoose successfully with the Node.js. Then after connecting it, I will describe the schema of my Mongoose database. Tell me, what function do we use over here in order to create a schema? Can you repeat?
User schema.
Yeah. This is not the user schema, but the variable is user schema. I'm asking you people about the function that we use in order to create the schema.
New user schema. New Mongoose schema.
Mongoose.schema. Yeah.
Here, I will take the name of the user, which will be a string. I will take the email of the user, which is also be a string. I will take the contact of the user. It's going to be a number. And then I will take the profile pic of the user. Let me provide it as string only. And finally, I will take the password of the user, which I'm providing the type as string. So since I'm providing an example to you people, I'm not going to hash the password because it will take a lot of time. And already I have explained you people while teaching the backend as well as JWT and authentication, the way you people can hash your password, didn't I? I've taught you people, right?
Yes,
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So
Yes,
I'm not
Yes,
going to write the code for hashing the password once again over here. I'll just save the exact password that the user is providing on the website. And then I will export this Mongoose model using mongoose dot model this one is user and user schema. Here I will make the API for registering the user. App.post. Tell me what will be the first parameter quickly.
The root.
Empty /
User endpoint.
Slash. Okay, this one will be the
User.
API endpoint.
register.
And then there will be an asynchronous function which will have request as well as response as the parameter. And then I'll be taking, what will I take, say? Okay. And then
Email. Password.
Wow.
Everything.
Password.
and the user will provide the values for these fields inside the body. After taking all these fields value inside the body, I will write const user is equal to new user, which will have the same things inside this. So we have successfully created a new user inside our database. What do we do after successfully creating a new user?
We are
We need to
using
save.
bracket.
User
We
or
save.
save.
Great. Dot save. We have also saved the user, and then we will provide the response with a JSON format user. Or we can also provide the user with a message. Message will be user registered successfully. So this is the API for our registering the user. And then I will make the API for logging in the user. Tell me what I will take from the user in order to log in.
Either name, email, or
Username,
and password.
Alright.
Yeah, email.
I will take the email as well as password from the user. And what condition do I have to check over here while logging in?
Password is equal to the entered password that the user has entered.
So after taking the email and password, I will write const user is equal to await user dot find one and I will check if the email of the user as well as password of the user exists in my database. If user is present inside the database, then respond.json user. Else response with a status code 401, the JSON message invalid credentials, because these credentials are not present inside the MongoDB database. After registering the user, we can also make an API to get all the users. Tell me, what is the important function that we use in order to get the users? Can you please repeat?
Find all.
Great.
Find all.
Yeah, all those functions which are having find, we can use them in order to find the users or in order to read the user. Away user dot find, and then s dot json users. Tell me, what is the most important thing that we missed and that has to be mentioned inside the server.js file? App dot.
Listen.
Listen.
Right.
This one.
And what will be the first parameter in the listen function?
Port.
All right. I will provide the port number as 5000. Then an arrow function. Console.log. It's a server is running on port 5000. Right, I will save it. So this is how I have developed my entire backend. After that, I will move to my front end. Inside this src file, I will go to the app.jsx, and inside this app.jsx, I am going to import different kind of things, which will be some components of React Bootstrap, as well as in the previous class. Tell me, what things did we import in order to provide the routing inside a web page?
React router.
Okay.
React router DOM.
React router.
Browser router.
All right. So here I will import React, comma. I will take two types of hook. First one is the use state, and second one is the use
Effect.
use effect hook. And you will see when we will write the code further, like how are we going to use this use effect hook? Because implementing this hook will make you understand this concept more clear, in a more clear way, rather than just explaining the theory to you people. We will also import button, card, and then the form. After that, I will also import the container. Yeah, this one will be enough for our website. And from where I am going to import all these things, these are the components, isn't it, which we are going to provide inside our web page. So in order to provide the components that we are going to present inside our web page, I will import them from React Bootstrap, so that they automatically get styled whenever I will provide the class name inside the tags. After that, I will also import the most important thing, that is the Axios, from the Axios dependency. Then I will import all those things that you people have just mentioned in order to provide routing to the page. I will import the browser router and I will import routes and then route as well as length. This much things, right? We have imported in the previous class. From where do I need to import these things? Tell me.
React router down.
Okay. But here it seems a bit lengthy for writing browser router again and again when I want to use it. So in order to write a short form for this browser router, I will import this browser router as router only. This router is nothing but the short form of this browser router. Understood? So whenever I want to write the browser router, since I am importing this browser router as router, so I can use router only in the place of browser router. Then I will create a function. And the name of the function is going to be the registration form. Inside this registration form, I will make const. Inside this, I will declare two variables, that is form data as well as set form data. Tell me, these two variables are of which type?
You state
I'm
for you, you're using that.
It's a parameter really.
Can anyone please repeat? The first one is what? Form data.
First one is a variable. Second
And
one
the
is the
second one is?
function.
You set the
Okay,
function.
all right. And which hook I am going to use over here? Tell me.
Use
You
state.
state.
Use state.
Great. So I'm using the use state hook, and inside this, what I will do, I will provide different type of variables that I have provided inside my backend, which are name, and the name will store empty data. Because all the fields, whenever we get inside a website, are usually empty by default, in which we fill our data, right?
Yes.
So for that purpose, we are creating empty variables for the user to provide his data inside these empty variables. We have provided the name, email, and what else did we provide?
Contact, profile pic, and
Context.
password.
Okay. Profile pic. As well as password. And then inside this registration form, what I will use? I will mention a handle change function. I will write const handle change is equal to E. This E stands for event. And why am I writing E over here? I'm writing the E. You will get to know why. And I will write the name of this set form data. Inside this, tell me which operator do I have to use in order to add the values inside this empty fields?
Plus.
No. I will use this operator, that is the spread operator.
Rest.
Oh, yes, yes.
So in order to add data to these fields, that is inside the form data, I am going to use the spread operator, and after that I will write form data. After that, I will use E dot target dot name will have E dot target dot value. Which means what? For each name, it is providing each value. All these things are name only, that is name, email, contact, profile pic, and passwords. For each of the fields, it has to provide some value. And in order to target those names as well as values, we are using the target keyword over here. Are you people getting the point?
Yes.
All right. Then I am going to mention another function, that is const handle submit. And can anyone tell me why am I mentioning these functions? What is the purpose behind writing these functions?
Ma'am, when we submit the form, then these
Functions will get executed, isn't it?
Yeah.
yes, ma'am.
Yes,
When
ma'am.
the
So-
events are called, it will get.
Great. So whenever we will mention some kind of components inside our HTML page, over there we have to provide some kind of events to that function. Say for example, whenever we are using the button component inside a website, the event which is related to the button is the on-click event. And what kind of button is present? The submit button is present inside the website. So when we perform the on-click event on the submit button, this handle submit function is going to execute. So is equal to async E, which will provide E dot prevent default method. And now you people might be thinking, what is the use of this prevent default? So whenever we click on the submit button, the actual thing that happens is the page gets reloaded, which is the default function of the submit button. Understood? So in order to prevent that default function to take place, we mention this prevent default function. That is, this will prevent the page to get reloaded. So now you'll ask me, ma'am, if we do not want the page to get reloaded, then what else do we want the page to do? So we want our page to integrate this front-end data with the back-end data. And for that purpose, what we are going to use?
Axios.
Axios.
We are going to use the Axios. And after the Axios, I am going to mention a post method, since we are providing the data to the backend. And after the post, and inside the post method, the first parameter is going to be my backend URL. That is HTTP localhost. What was the port number of our backend?
5,000.
All right. And then the endpoint for the registration part was?
Register.
Register.
Yeah.
Register.
And then we are sending which data to this backend URL? We are sending the form data to this backend URL, which is why as the second parameter, we will mention the form data. Are you people clear till here?
Yes.
After this post request is performed in the front end, then it will provide us with a response in the form of an alert message. And the alert message will say registered user successfully. Did you ever see the alert box inside any website?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So as a beginner, we provide the alert box. But in high-level websites, which is provided by the companies or any other thing, in order to make it more visually appealing, they provide the React Toastify notification. So you people can add that React Toastify notification in your projects as well. But in order to provide you with an example, I am providing an alert box over here. So we have mentioned all these functions What else is left to be mentioned? Tell me. The most important thing without which these functions are valueless.
Re- Return.
Without calling them.
Inside the return, what exact thing do I have to write?
HTML.
Yeah, we have to write the HTML components, without which we will not be able to call these functions. So for that purpose, I will write container, because I have imported this container from React Bootstrap. So I am going to use that over here. And I will provide it the class name as empty4. And this class name will provide the container the margin from the top, which will be 4 pixel, which is why it is providing the class name as empty4. And here the class is a little bit different from the class that we use in the CSS. While working with HTML as well as CSS, we write only class in the place of the class name. But here, while working in React.js, we have to mention class name and assign the class related to it. Understood the difference between HTML, CSS, and React?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
And here, I want to provide a heading tag which will say register. After this heading tag, I will create a form. And this form, which is the form that I have imported from the React Bootstrap. And inside the form, which event shall I mention over here? Tell me.
On submit.
Great. I will mention the on submit event. And when I'm writing this on submit event, then which function shall I write over here, which I want to execute?
Handle submit.
Handle submit.
I will
Handle
write
submit.
the handle submit function. Inside this form, I am going to provide the different fields that I have mentioned over here by using the form dot group. Inside this form dot group, I will provide
There is a
these
typo.
fields. Okay, this will be FURL. So inside the form group, I will provide these fields in the form of labels. So for that purpose, I will write form dot label. And this label will take name. And then I will write form dot control. And this form dot control works as the input tag that we mentioned inside our form tag in HTML. This will have the attribute name is equal to name, and then it will have on change. And inside this on change, I am going to pass the handle change function. Why? Because when the user will provide the value to this label, what will happen? This will execute the handle change function. Inside the handle change function, this name will get available to this variable that is name using the spread operator. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Or do I need to explain it in a better way?
No, ma'am.
All right. So over here, which function shall I write? Tell me.
Handle change.
Handle change.
And this, in order to make this field as a mandatory field, I have to mention the required keyword. And this one is going to be the self-closing tag. And similarly, we have to provide different fields that such as email, contact, profile pic, as well as password. So for that purpose, I will copy this form group and then I will paste it over here as well. After the name, we want the email.
Email.
And then inside the form dot control, I will remove this name And instead of providing the name, I will provide the type. And the type is going to be email.
Email.
After the type, I will write the name as email. And rest of the things will be the same. That is, this will also execute the handle change function, and the value provided to the email will get assigned to this variable, that is email, with the help of the spread operator which is present inside the handle change function. After the email, we have to provide the label as contact. And inside the control, we will provide the name as contact. And then the rest of the things will be same. After providing the contact, we are left with two more things. That is the password as well as the profile pic. This one will be my profile pic. And inside the profile pic, I will write the name as profile pic. Please need to book into. Yeah. The last thing is my password. Is all these things remain the same, or do I have to make any changes inside the form.control?
We have to
We have
change
to
the name.
change the name, ma'am.
Can you repeat?
We have to change the name.
Along with that, what else do I have to add?
We have to add
Type.
type password.
Great. And the type is also going to be password. So these are the fields that I want the user to provide over here. After providing this form, what is the most essential thing that we need to have inside the form?
Submit button.
Submit button.
Great.
Button.
We need to have a submit button. So for that, I will use the button component of the React Bootstrap that I had imported. And here to the button, in order to style it, I will provide the class name. And the class name will have empty2. And what is the meaning of this empty2? Tell me fast.
Margin
Margin
top
top.
2.
That is the 2 pixel from the margin, right? From the top. And here the type of the button will be submit button. Because in the buttons also, we are having different kind of buttons. That is the submit button, reset button, next button, etc. things. So we also have to specify the type of button that we want to avail inside our website. And inside the button, we want this word to be written. That is register. Not this. All right. So we have successfully created a form along with the register button. Then one more thing that I want to add after the form inside the p tag is, and I will provide the class name for this p tag. Here I will also provide the empty2. We provided double quotations. The quotation hardly matters, but it is recommended to provide the double quotation whenever we are applying any kind of styling to our components. Now coming on to the paragraph tag. You might be thinking, why am I providing a paragraph tag? Here, we will get to know why am I providing this. Inside this paragraph tag, I will write, already have an account. This is the question. And if the user is already have an account, then I'll use the link tag. And this link tag will redirect us to the login page. And this link will provide us with the message that login here. Are you people being able to understand what this entire thing means?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
So whenever I will get the register form, I will get all these fields where I have to provide my details, and then finally there will be a submit button, and below that submit button there will be a text that is already have an account. Then here after that it will be written login here, and when I will click on this login here, this will redirect me to the login page. This is the entire logic behind the register form. Here is the end of the registration form. After providing the registration form, when the user will click on this login here text, then we have to provide a function which is having a login. And inside this login form, I will write const email, comma, set email is equal to use state, and this one will be the empty variable. That is, the email is my empty variable. And similarly, I have to create another variable. Can anyone tell me what is that? What should be the name of that variable?
Password, I guess, ma'am.
Yeah, that one will be password. And then the function name will be set password. And this password is also going to be an empty variable. After mentioning these empty variables, we are going to mention a couple of functions. That is const handle login is equal to async e is equal to, this will be an arrow function. Here I will mention the e dot prevent default again in order to prevent the default function that is provided to the login. After this prevent default method, I will initialize a try catch block. Inside this try block, I will write const res is equal to await, and I will mention the same thing that I have written inside this handle submit button, that is await axios.post followed by the backend URL, and then I will provide the email as well as password to my backend. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Axios.post. Over here, I will provide the URL of the backend. Tell me what is the change that I have to make inside the URL?
/login will be there instead of
Login.
register.
Great. This one will be login. And then I will provide the email as well as password to the backend. And when I will post this request, then I will get an alert message. And this one will be welcome. And how the server will be able to know who is logging into the website? I will provide the name of the user that the user has provided inside the registration form in order to make the server know, and provide the message of provide the name of the user who is logging into the website. In order to provide that data, I will write res dot data dot name. This is how the server will be able to fetch the name of the user who is logging inside the website, and then he will display the message welcome, then username. Suppose Johnson is providing his name, then the alert will say welcome Johnson. Otherwise, it will say invalid credentials. So after this, we will return our HTML tags. And here I will make another container. And then I will provide it the class name with empty as 4 pixels. Inside this container, I will again provide a header tag which will say login. After the login, I will again provide a form tag. And what will I provide inside the form tag? Tell me. Which
Handle
component will I?
On summit.
No,
On
I'm
submit.
asking about the. No, I'm not asking the event. I'm asking about the component, where components that I will provide inside the form that will appear inside the login page.
That would be two of the input fields. First is the email and second is the password.
Great. The two fields are going to be my email as well as password. And here the event, as you people have told that I am going to mention the event as on submit. On submit event, then this event will execute the handle login function. Inside the form, I will write form.group. Over here, I will write form.label. This label will have email. After this, tell me what do I have to write? Form dot
Group.
no, form
Control,
dot
control.
group.
Oh.
And here the type will be and the value over here will be email. And this email is fetched from the above email provided by the user. And here I will mention on change is equal to E, which is the event, and then set email that I have just mentioned over here, that is the set email e dot target dot value. And in order to make this field mandatory, I will write required. And this one is going to be the self-closing tag. Which means what? If the user is providing his email inside the field that is provided to the user, then what will happen? This email is going to be assigned to the email variable that we have mentioned over here inside this login form, and then an event that is on change will occur where the email will set to the targeted value, that is this one. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Similarly, we will create another form group for what?
Password input field.
So here the label will be password. Inside the type, I am going to write password. And inside the value, I will also mention the password. And rest of the things will be same. And then all these things are closed.
Ma'am, change the on-change data set to set password.
Yeah. Okay, it will be on set data to the password, right? Set password.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, great, thank you. After that, one more thing that is left to do is
Submit button.
great. This one with the button, and then the class name I will provide to the button will be empty2. After that, I will specify the type of submit button. And this button will have login written inside the button. And we are done with the login form as well as registration form. And after taking all these data, we also have to make some kind of front end in which these data will get appeared, isn't it? Because if the front end will not show any kind of data, then what is the purpose behind sending all these data to the backend?
Yeah.
So in order to make those data available inside our front end, we have to mention a third function, that is function user cards. And inside this function, I will design different type of fields inside which our name as well as email, contact, profile pic as well as password will be shown inside a card. So for that, I will mention const user, set users. And this one is going to be an empty array. Is equal to use state here is the empty array. And then I will mention use effect. Inside this use effect, I will make an arrow function inside which I will provide axios dot. See, when we are posting the data, for that purpose, we are writing post after axios. But inside the card, I want to read the data. So in order to read the data, which method should I write after axios?
Get.
That, ma'am.
We will write the get method. And after the get method, I will provide the endpoint as I'm reading the data, right?
Yes. So we will write
So
their
in the
user
backend,
slash user.
yeah, I will provide slash users. And rest of the people are being able to understand why I will provide the API endpoint as users.
Yes, ma'am.
All right,
To get all the users.
great. Then I will provide the response which will set users with res.data. Which means what? Whenever I will provide when I will read this backend URL, then a response will be sent. What kind of response will be sent? It will set all the users in their provided fields inside the email, login, and all those things. And we will get all the data which are provided to their respective fields. So for that purpose, we are using this set users function, which I have mentioned over here. After this, I will mention another empty array so that in order to provide different kind of users to be added inside the database. If I will remove this empty array, then I will be able to add just a single data inside the database. Understood?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Then I will finally provide the return statement. Inside the return, I am going to make another container. And this container's class name is going to be empty4. inside the container, I will make a header which will say users. After the header, I will write users dot map. And in the previous class, I explained you people how does the map function work, or what is the main purpose of using the map function. Can anyone tell me in a very brief manner?
By using map function, we can manipulate our data as we want.
Yeah, whenever we want to manipulate our data, over there we use the map function. Inside the map function, I will write users and here inside the user I will write a card, which is the same card that I have imported from the React Bootstrap, and the class name of that card I will provide as MB3. And what is the meaning of this MB3?
Margin bottom 3 pixels.
Margin bottom.
Yeah, MB3 stands for margin bottom 3. And here the key is going to be the user ID dot underscore ID, which means this card will be applied to each and ID of every user that is present inside my MongoDB database. And inside the card, I will mention the card dot body, which means what? I will provide the class name, and using this class name, I am going to provide styling to the body of the card. So this will include D as flex, which means the display of the body will be flex, and then I will align all the items in the center. So for that purpose, I am writing align items center. Inside the card body, I will first provide an image tag, and this inside the source attribute, I will write user dot profile pic, which means what? Whichever profile pic will be provided by the user, it will display inside the card in the very first part. What different attribute do we use inside the image tag? Tell me. Well, first one will be the src attribute, and the second attribute will be
Is it alt?
alt attribute.
Alt.
And this will provide the profile text when the image will not be present. And then the class name. This class name is going to be ME3. It's going to be 3. And then I want it to appear in a rounded circle. And then I will provide the width as well as height to the image. And the width is going to be 80 pixel. And the height will also be 80 pixel. 80. And this image tag will also be the self-closing tag. After providing the image, I will provide the div tag. Inside the div tag, I will provide card.title. Inside the title, I will provide the name of the user. So for that, I will write user.name. Can anyone tell me why am I writing all these things inside these curly brackets? Any mere random guesses?
JSX.
No.
Ma'am, it takes the data, user's
And due
name
to
from the
CSS
backend.
fitting property.
See, whenever, you people might have learned JavaScript, right?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
So, did you people learn about the objects that inside JavaScript?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
So, if we want an nested object, Say, for example, I am having an object user and I am having another object that is named inside that user object. So in order to target the name which is present inside the user, we denote that name using user.name, which means what? We want to access the name which is provided inside the user object, which is why we are writing the name of the object as first, and then we are writing the field name of the field of whose value we want inside the card title. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So here this means what? User is my object inside which the name, email, profile pic, and all the values that we as users have provided to the server is stored inside the user object. And then I will make another card dot text, and this text will provide the email of the user. And for that, I will access the email of the user using user.email. And similarly, this will also show the contact number of the user. So we are done with the card that will provide the email, name, email, contact, as well as user's image. And then finally, I will write export default function app, and inside this app, I will write return. Return. And inside this return, I will provide router. Router is basically what?
Browser router.
Browser router.
Great. And then inside the routes, I will mention the different route. Route, and then path is equal to. If the path is empty, then it will provide us with an element, and that element is going to be is equal to. This one is going to be a button. What kind of button will it be?
Submit
button?
button.
No, this will not be a submit button. If we will click on that button, then that button will redirect us to the register page. And see over here, how am I going to provide that navigation inside this button? At first, I will provide the button with some kind of class name, and the class name will be M4, which means what? It will take the margin of 4 pixels from the top, bottom, right, and left. And then I'm going to perform the event, that is on click is equal to, what will it do? Is equal to, we have to write window dot location dot href is equal to, here I will mention the API endpoint where I want to get redirect. And inside this button, I will write show registration form. Just keep this thing in mind that we have to write window.location.href in order to navigate the register page after clicking on this show registration form button. Understood?
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
And this route path is the self-closing tag. And then I'm going to provide another route. Here I will specify the path is equal to register. And then the element I will provide over here will be what? This will be my register form, registration form. And this one is also going to be the self-closing tag. And I will place this inside curly braces. And this got closed. Similarly, I will provide different paths for login as well as user. Login. And then select users. The element will be login form. And here I will get the user cards. And here I will save this. So we have successfully developed the front end in which I have made three things. That is the register form. Second, I have made the login form. And third, I have made the cards where all the details of the user will be provided. Now let's see how this will provide. I will split the terminal. Here I will move to the folder using CD front end. And then in the right side terminal, I will write CD backend. In order to run the front end, what is the command tell me?
npm run dev.
npm run dev.
npm run
Run dev.
dev. And here I will write. Tell me what will I write?
nodemon server.js.
Normal.
Is nodemon there? Yeah, nodemon is there. Nodemon server.js. Okay, let me start. Insert schema is not defined. Fine.
Line number 20. Instead of user schema,
Ma'am, line number 20.
Okay, this one
Cons-
will be users.
Spelling mistake.
Yes, nine.
Okay, so this got connected. I wrote use schema previously. Okay, it is running fine. See, I told you na, at first I will get this button, and after clicking this button, it will take me to the register page. And over here, I will provide anything such as Kavya. Email will be Kavya 123456 @gmail.com. Contact will be anything. Inside the profile page, I will provide any kind of URL. Say, for example, I will provide the URL of flower. I will copy the link of the image from here, and then I will paste the same link. And then in the password, I will write, and then I will register. See, I'm getting the alert message that is registered user successful. I will click on OK. And then when I will click login here, I have to provide same email address along with the password. Then I will log in. Let's see what is the issue over here. The register. Okay. I have already stored some kind of data inside my database. Okay, the password for Kavya is Kavya123456. Did I provide the alert message after the login?
No,
Ma'am,
ma'am.
once just go to the login function in the app.jsx.
The login it will provide welcome address data name. In this login,
Is booming.
say for example, if I provide the database email, and here if I provide the password as blah blah. If I try to log in, and if I'm writing the users as the see, I'm getting the images of Kavya as well as Reshma, which means what? It is providing problem in it is getting problem in providing the alert message. But it is getting logged in successfully, and then it is providing the email that is providing the image and then the title. After that, it is also providing the email as well as contact of the users. Because we are having two entries inside the database, it is that is Reshma and Kavya. It is providing us with the two user cards, and this is how we have styled our card using React Bootstrap. Now, are you being able to understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
But what
Yes,
if
ma'am.
I stop the backend server? Control C. And if I click
Then it will
C,
won't get the get and post of the server.js.
why? Because we have integrated our front end with the back end, which means what? Whichever URL as well as data we are passing using the front end is getting stored inside our database. And when we are providing the API endpoint of users, it is taking the entire data from the database. Understood?
Yes.
Yes.
So now are you people being able to understand what exactly do I want from you people while seeing the project?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So this is how you have to integrate your front end with the back end. Are there any doubts?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
And can we use Tailwind CSS in our project?
Yeah, sure. You can use any kind of CSS, and the front end should be looking great. Not much great. You can provide at least a bit, make it a bit visually appealing.
Okay.
Please go through the codes and tell me whether you people have any kind of doubt. Shall I provide you these codes in the chat box?
Yes, please, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
So this one is your code for the server. This one is your code for the app. Just go through these codes line by line, and this is for everyone that you people can ask me all the codes, all the details that you people are having as your doubt.
I think the code
These
is
are
not.
the this is
There is
not
a character
complete
link.
code. Yeah. So no issues. I will show the code to you people, and since I'm not being able to share the file of the codes inside the chat box, the file will be provided to you people in the WhatsApp group.
Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Just look at the codes that I have provided to you people and tell me if you have any kind of doubt.
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, what are the use of Axios, import Axios from Axios?
See, we are using the Axios in order to fetch the data that is provided or which is available in our backend, that is inside our database. If we are not using any Axios in order to fetch the data from the backend, then you might have seen in the front end that we are not getting any kind of data. So whenever I will try to make that API request, that is users providing the API endpoint as users, then what will the front end do? The front end will send the request to the back end asking the name, email, as well as contact, along with the profile pic that I as the user have provided to the front end during the registration. And the Axios will use all those data that is present inside my backend, that is present inside the backend database, to provide us inside the cards. So there are two methods, that is the Axios, as well as another one is the fetch method, through which we can fetch the data from the backend. Understood, Krishna?
Yes, ma'am.
And after the Axios, we also have to see the request that we as user are sending to the server. Say, for example, whenever we are trying to register ourselves into the website. So for that purpose, we have to send the post request after the Axios keyword. And then if we want to access the user cards, then as we have written, we have to provide the get method after Axios whenever we are coding in the front end. So the HTTP method depends upon our requirement, that which function of the website do we want to access.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Any further doubts? Let me show you people the code again. I hope you people should not be having any kind of doubt in the backend.
And could you please tell how the career section will be in the process?
Between your voice is very low, dear. Can you please repeat your question in a louder voice?
And could you please tell me about the review process, how it will be conducted?
What do I have to place where?
Sorry.
He's asking about the review process, how it will happen.
Okay. When you will see, a time limit will be given to you people in order to you people to join the meeting. Say, for example, if you people can also get 6 p.m., 7 p.m. or 8 p.m. in order to join the Google Meet. Till that time, you have to make sure that you are present inside the meeting. After that, what you have to do is you have to provide your name, email, your name, your group number, your internship duration, and the members who are present in your group inside the chat box, where I will be calling your names one after the another. After I call the name, say for example, I am calling the name of Ayush. Now Ayush, what he will do, he will start presenting his screen and he will show me by running his front end if he has developed the front end, or else he can also open his Postman application and type his URL over there. And at first he has to tell me what kind of APIs that he has developed in order to perform which kind of features for his website. So that depends whether you have worked on the front end or the back end. So if you have worked on the front end, then I will want you people to run your front end file, and then over there I will see what kind of stylings as well as features you have provided to your front end and using which technology. And on the basis of that technology, like if you have used CSS or Tailwind CSS, I will ask 2 to 3 questions to you people from that concept, that is CSS or Tailwind CSS or whichever thing that you have used. So this is about the front end part. And now if somebody has developed the back end, and for the back end we are using Express, Node.js, JWT, etc. things in our back end. So I will be asking you people to run your API in the Postman application and test them. If they are working, then well and good. After they are working, I will ask you people 2 to 3 questions regarding that JWT OAuth. I will also teaching you OAuth in the next class. That is logging in using the Google authorization that we get in different kind of website. You people might have seen we get the option of register using Google. So that also I am going to teach you people in the next class. So you can also provide that OAuth option in the, not in the 20th of this month, but 25th project review. But on the 20th, you
Ma'am.
have to show me the APIs that you have developed.
Okay. Ma'am, we have to show complete project on 25th or some part of the project?
See, you have to provide some kind of features providing the CRUD operation, user authentication, role-based access in different part of your project. If you are making some medicines, I hope you people are making your project on medicines, I guess.
Ma'am, for the 3 months duration, there was a month one project was for the urban surveys.
Okay. So that depends upon you, like what kind of feature you are going to provide in your website. That there must be some CRUD operations in your website, right?
Yes, yes.
So you have to perform them on the basis of, say, for example, you can create your product or whichever thing you are provided with in your website.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ma'am,
And
means
user
we have to
authentication.
show some features of the project, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But when we have to show the complete project?
After 3 months.
No, ma'am, actually I am doing for 2 months. So we have to, I have to do 2 projects, right?
Yeah. Okay, so
Then want to,
your project is different for the first month, and you have got the different project for the second month, right?
Yes.
no,
For
So then
3
you,
months batch as well as 2 months batch, we are doing 2 projects.
yes, ma'am.
okay, you have to show me the entire project on 25th. If you are making the project for the first month, then you have to show me the entire project on 25th. And for the second month, you have to show me the entire project on the second.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am,
Okay,
in our server
ma'am, that
code,
means the first month project agenda that would be completed by the 25th of this month, no?
Yeah,
Final
yeah, yeah.
project. Okay, ma'am.
ma'am,
Yeah.
ma'am, in our server.js, where we have to
Hmm.
put the authentication.
See, that depends upon you people. Unlike today's class, I have provided these all things in a single file, that is server.js, just to provide an example to you people. But in the previous classes, when I was teaching backend to you people, over there I have placed different codes in different files as well as folders. So you have to maintain all those files and folders. Say for example, in order to provide the authentication, you have to provide all those login as well as register in the controllers folder. Understood? That
Okay,
is,
ma'am.
your main business logic should be present inside your controllers folder. And if you want to place your connection folder that is connecting your MongoDB to the Node.js, you have to provide it inside the config folder, inside which db.js folder you can mention any JavaScript folder name, and over there you have to connect the MongoDB with the Node.js. Coming on to the schema, where you have to provide the schema of the MongoDB. So all those schema you can put inside the data folder, like the models folder. That depends upon you, which kind of name you want to provide to the folders.
Okay, ma'am.
So Nikita is asking, ma'am, can individual present both front end and back end, or a whole team show their combined work on the project? See, whenever you will write the name of your team during the period when I will be taking your project review, one will be sharing that screen, and then I will be asking which team member has worked on which part of the project. So the ones who might have worked in the front end, I will call their names, and then I will ask them to switch their mics on, and then I'll ask them 2 to 3 questions regarding that front end or the back end, depending upon the field that they have worked on for the website. Or I can also ask them the questions from different field as well. Like if someone has worked on the front end, then it is possible. Then I may question them from the back end, because while teaching in the class, I have taught both the front end as well as back end. Am I clear, Nikita?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Contribution of every member is necessary for the project.
See, the one who will not contribute in the making of the project, I will mark them 0. And the one who will contribute or will make the website or properly proceed with the proceedings, they will be evaluated by me.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, if someone in the team is not
Hello,
performing or not responding to our messages or not cooperating, what can we do? Like the product will not be get completed, right?
No, just leave that person. You people try to develop that website on your own. On your own
Okay.
means leaving that person.
Okay.
Yeah, Devendra, do you want to ask something?
Ma'am, may I develop website individual without helping group members because I am alone. I am not any group member.
Okay, Roshan, that depends upon you. After all, I'll be asking questions to each and every individual. And the group, like if I call the name of Johnson, then someone else from his group is not allowed to answer for his question. And Johnson has to explain his part of work.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am,
Yeah,
ma'am, my group is totally
Yeah.
inactive, ma'am. No response.
So Devendra, try to develop the project on your own.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah.
Not anyone.
Yeah. Only you will be evaluated, and the rest of the people who are not cooperating with you, I will mark them as 0.
Okay, thank you.
Not in any group. Okay, Rajkapoor, you try to develop the website on your own, and then during the day of project evaluation, you just present your website when I will call your name and I will evaluate you.
Hello, ma'am. Ma'am, certificate will get to all members, or who have done project, they will only get, ma'am.
Cypria, you have to, regarding the project, you have to ask it to the support team. I'm not having any idea about the certificate.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. All right. If you people are not having any kind of doubt, then you people can leave the meeting, or else you people can ask me the doubt.
Ma'am, by the 25th only we have to submit full project, ma'am. One full project.
Yeah. Yeah, but on 20th also there will be a project review where I will be seeing the work till which you have completed the website.
Okay, okay ma'am.
Yeah. All right, everyone. I hope there are no further doubts. Or are there any doubts? What if we can't finish the project completely within 25th? Will you give us more time? No, Tanusha, that is that we have to see. But you people are ought to complete the project on 25th.
Can we leave, ma'am?
Yeah, you people can leave the session.
Okay, thank you for the day.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.